Hey everybody, it's time for the Raw review of May 30th, 2011. How are you guys all doing? I'm doing great. It's still blistering hot here. Let's get started. We start off with R-Truth in the crowd yelling at all kinds of people. I don't know what he's yelling about because WWE failed with about 10 minutes of tech problems and no sound. But, you know, read between the lines, watch what's happening on the screen. He's out there, he's yelling at anybody in the crowd with a John Cena shirt. He stops and he picks on a kid and his dad that are wearing matching John Cena shirts. He goes into the ring and, he's rambling about something about his conspiracy and his, heel turn stuff that's going quite well. And, of course, John Cena has to come out and interrupt him, and I'm suddenly very glad that there is no sound. But the sound comes back on just in time for John Cena to tell R-Truth that he belongs in a straitjacket. R-Truth talks a lot more trash to Cena. Cena says, "Oh, of course I will take on the world," and then the Raw general manager makes it official. Basically, that was the opening segment. So yeah, Truth, Cena, main event tonight. Non-title, obviously, but, R-Truth's in the main event. I am a happy, happy guy. We come back from the break. Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler. Now, while Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler are making their way to the ring, they pan to the announce booth where Michael Cole is making an idiot out of himself, apologizing over and over and over again to Jerry Lawler and thanking Jerry Lawler for accepting his apology and all this other nonsense. And the match looked good. Kofi Kingston has a nice, sort of good, average match. It's consistent week to week, no matter who he's with. Dolph Ziggler looked ridiculously good in this match. I have to say it, every time he pulls off the famous sir, he reminds me more and more of Badass Billy Gunn, who I wish was, still around and still in his prime, but whatever. Anyways, long story short, Zigzag gets the win for Ziggler. Yes, another guy that I like that needs a push that is finally getting it. Little side note here with Michael Cole being on his, I'm going to behave myself now and everything's going to be back to normal. The person that was actually annoying me in this match was the King, because he was going out of his way trying to be funny with the shots at Ziggler and whatnot, and it's like, I don't want to use heel face when talking about commentators, but I guess if I have to, Lawler is the face, and he just almost seemed like he was trying to be heel-ish specifically in this segment, which is weird. Because first of all, don't do it. Second of all, don't do it for only one segment. Consistency is your friend. Alright. We come back from break once more. Alberto Del Rio comes to the ring, basically makes fun of the Big Show, sarcastically sends him all his well wishes, and tells him that Ricardo Rodriguez is going to be sending him a bill for the damage to his car, which is a beautiful little heel promo that went uninterrupted, which was great, because, so often we have a bit of a promo, somebody gets interrupted, and there's a melee and whatever. This was a good, decent promo that went in, was delivered, and left with no real spiel. Awesome. Eve and Kelly Kelly versus the Bella Twins in a very, very average Divas match. Yay. Moving on. Michael Cole says he's going to force an apology out of Alex Riley. Alex Riley comes out looking like a fucking champ. It has to be said. He's got his own music and video package and all that. Obviously, wait till Michael Cole's done his 10-minute spiel scolding him like a father who's found his kid out after dark. Basically tells him to go screw himself. He's like, "You are exactly like the Miz, da-da-da-da-da, you should go screw yourself." Miz comes in and attacks him. Alex Riley fights back and destroys the Miz for the second week in a row. I did not think I would be cheering for the destruction of the Miz 2 weeks in a row, but Alex Riley is on this wicked face turn, and it's going to be good if they let it be good. Alright. We have another chapter in the Rey Mysterio Punk story that we've transplanted over from SmackDown. Not a bad match. Obviously now the only difference in their rivalry is that Punk has the Nexus. Obviously the Nexus gets involved a little bit. Punk gets the win, which is awesome, because Punk hasn't had a win in a while, and Mysterio has way more than his share to go to the grave with, not to be too dark. We got the great announcement from Karma as to her breakdown last week. She has achieved her goal of coming to the WWE, She talks about when she tried for Tough Enough 2 and Jim Ross told her she was too fat. And she bundled up all that energy and hatred and anger and went to Japan and studied in all the dojos in Japan and then went to all the other dingy promotions that she could. Nice TNA shot there. And finally made her way back to the WWE. And then she announces that she'll be gone for a year because she's going to have a kid. That's fine. The Bellas come out to interrupt her and start teasing her because she can't actually defend herself and whatever like that. And for a split second, I thought WWE was going to do like a really untasteful, they attack her, she loses the baby type thing like they did with Lita back in the day. But then I remembered that WWE is PG, and I don't think that would go over too well with anybody. Okay, one small point for the PG rating, because I don't think that would have done anybody any favors at all. So yeah, when Karma comes back in a year, wow, I ripped that sheet in half, and that was stupid. When Karma comes back in a year, she has a ready-made rivalry with the Bellas, does she not? Oh yes. We have Swagger and Bourne again, because Swagger is embarrassed that Bourne kicked him in the head last week after he won his match. So, Swagger won his match, Bourne hit him in the back of the head like a bitch and ran. But yet Swagger's the one that's mad, and they made it look like Evan Bourne pulled a bitch move, so I don't really know. Story of this match is basically Swagger owns the whole match, and Bourne pulls out a quick victory. Really don't know what to do with that. Like I've said before, unless they recreate a cruiserweight division, I don't think they're going to have anything to do with Evan Bourne. Also, what makes me nervous about Sin Cara, but Sin Cara's got the thing with Chavo, so he'll be alright for now. Truth and Cena is a whole lot of nonsense. Truth running in and out of the ring, baiting Cena until Cena's on the outside, Truth's on the inside, and Cena is actually counted out. So, in a main event on Raw, R-Truth has a victory over John Cena, albeit very heelish, to his credit. Excuse me. Then R-Truth wanders through the crowd, finds the same father and son that he found at the beginning of the show, and tosses a drink in the dad's face. You know, building super heel heat. Let's attack the fans. First of all, let's attack a fan just because he's wearing the t-shirt of the biggest name in wrestling. Not. Which would have been cool, which would have left him with incredible heel credit if the show didn't end with Super Cena marching out into the audience, wiping off the man's face and seeing if he was okay and giving his armband to the kid, because Cena still is untouchable, and it's bullshit for the ending. But other than that, you know, I'm running through this, guys, because I'm tired as fuck, so you'll excuse me if I have a little less analysis than usual. But we still have the wins, the fails, and the MVP. The win, I don't care if it was by countout, I don't care if he even won. The fact that R-Truth was in the main event with John Cena on Raw is a big, big step in his push to the main event picture. Let's just hope it continues. Gonna give a win to the fact that the Ziggler and Kofi match got a lot of time. Got the large portion of time. There's a large portion of time in the first hour, and a large portion of time in the second hour, being that they go over two segments in the show, like they're interrupted by a commercial and they come back. And they gave that larger segment to the Ziggler and Kofi match, which was good because it was a really good match. Gonna give a win to Nunzio because he's a referee, and it's funny to see him as a referee, so I'm gonna put that in there. The other one that's getting a ridiculous push right now, other than R-Truth, is Alex Riley, which is great. The way they're introducing him, the way they're having him step over The Miz, the way they're having him step over Michael Cole, the audience is eating it up like a fucking cookie, and let's go with that. On the lighter side of things, we have the promotional videos for Capital Carnage, with the press conference with Barack Obama with all the funny responses. I thought they would do one as the commercial for the show, but they did another one this week, which makes me think they're going to do a couple. And if they keep doing, and they keep staying as clever as they are now, they'll be alright. If they just start going stale, might fall into the fail category eventually. My last win for this week you know, a lot of people come on YouTube and talk shit about Zack Ryder and his little 5-minute fist pump behind John Cena every week. The whole R-Truth and John Cena match, there were people doing the woo 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 chants, which is fine, which, you know, is kind of funny because he's got nothing to do with the match. What I loved was the one guy in the audience near the first or second row in the Zack Ryder shirt that got right in R-Truth's face, like, even Ryder's got a shirt. Where's your shirt? Even Ryder's got a shirt. I marked out for a fan there, which is fucking ridiculous. So I had to stick that in there. The fail and the things that make no sense and stuff like that. Cole and Lawler, other than a little bit of bickering back and forth, they're more or less back to being buddy-buddy again. This is the guy that was making fun of your dead mother. This is the guy that 2 weeks ago just had his foot in your mouth. This is the guy that embarrassed you at WrestleMania. This is the guy, you know, etc., 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 etc. This is the guy that's the reason you're even being made fun of on SmackDown by Booker T. It doesn't... like, there was no good way they could have ended this, but it's exceeding my expectations of bad in that regard. I'm going to give a fail to the whole Karma situation right now. Not because I'm mad at her for getting pregnant and going and making a family and all that, good for her, but on the selfish note that I really wanted her to just come in and destroy all the fucking divas. I really did. So we're going to have to wait a year for that. And after much deliberation, my MVP for May 30th, 2011 is going to be Dolph Ziggler for his great, better than TV quality match with Kofi Kingston tonight. Unfortunately, it was non-title. Unfortunately, he's not in the title picture yet, but he is striving on Raw, despite being saddled with Vicky Guerrero, and that has to count for something. Alright, I have been Spaz. Subscribe up there, talk down there, let me know what you think. Leave your comments down there. Nobody talks to me in a while now. Put them down there. Say something. Even if you go to the box right now and write something to be a smartass. I don't care. Get a dialogue going. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.